What's going on, everybody? Mike here from AX Garage. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back with TJ turbocharged Honda Civic. Now, in the last couple of episodes, we started off with just an upgrade boost bike gear, and then we end up replacing the entire short block, a brand new short block by Remy Boost Lab Turbo. Now, went to the dyno, 564 horsepower as we expected. We maxed out the fuel system, and today TJ gonna tell you guys a little bit more on his new fuel system. All right, TJ, so what do you have here? I see a fuel pump and some injectors and some miscellaneous stuff. What do you got here?
All right, well, we got a Walbro 525 Hellcat pump here.
So what do you have now currently?
We were running a 450. I believe the 450 probably will still be good, but might as well just go ahead and put the 525 and go all out with that just so we know for sure we got enough fuel.
So what does 525 represent?
It's technically the the liters per hour is what the 525 is, but if you look online, it's more, they say 470, but it could be more if you have more PSI going. Obviously if you have to run a relay to that, so you have a constant voltage. You want to run at your alternator voltage, which will increase the flow, because if you run with lower voltage, you're going to get issues with burning fuses, blowing fuses, burning wiring, and then you're obviously not going to get as much flow, the max flow out of that.
So as far as the wiring and relay setup, do you already have that set up?
Yeah, I had already relayed the 450 because you need it for the 450, so all we really have to do is just rewire it in where the original pump is now, and that's it.
Now over here you have some injectors by who?
This is Alpha Injection Clinic. I've been seeing a lot of good things with them. I talked to Javi, and he recommended going with them as well. I mean, I have Fuel Injector Clinic now, but basically, what I kind of come to a conclusion is, these are 1650cc injectors.
What do you have now?
I have 1250s now.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, they're a Bosch 1650 injector. I would get the same from Fuel Injector Clinic. I believe they're the only company really that makes 1650. I don't think there's multiple companies that make 1650. I think Bosch is the only one. So at the end of the day, it's just branding and this and that. But I mean, I went with Alpha. They had a really good deal on it, and I've seen nothing but good things with them. Now, I figured we'd give them a try.
Now the question that I have to you, are you chasing the number? Because you're already at 564. What are you trying to accomplish here?
No, my goal, since we were doing the Remy block, was to get at least 650 out of it, or close to 650. I know the turbo is rated for 650. That's what they rate it for, but we're not even breaking 20 pounds yet on the boost. So I'm really only looking to turn it up maybe 4 to 6 more pounds.
So at 564, how many PSI were you in?
We spiked at 20 and fell back to 19. So okay. It's about 19 pounds, and on the road, every time my data log it hits about 19. Maybe it'll spike at 20 at really high RPM, but it drops back to 19. So, we did that on about 20 pounds, because that's at its peak was probably our most power. So
now, along with that, I see a couple more packages around here. What do you have here?
Yeah, we're these are just new fittings because I'm changing the rail, and we're going to a rail that actually has a 8AN port,
which is
here. So I needed to get 8AN fitting to fit there. Also, I'm changing out where my fuel pressure gauge goes, which is going to go on the other end of the rail now, seeing as how there's no port on this for the gauge.
And this is just a temporary setup for you, because your new fuel rail is haven't arrived yet.
Yeah, I'm just borrowing this for now until the rest of the parts. Right now they're on back order, so once the rest of the parts are available, I'm going to end up doing an actual full radium setup, radium intake hanger, radium rail, the radium regulator, their fuel damper. So I'm going to do all radium. But some of the parts are not available at the moment. They're on back order, so I'm just waiting for that, you know, maybe another month or two. Hopefully they'll be available.
So the stuff that's on back order, would it affect the output of the fuel system?
More than likely, once I change everything over completely, because we're gonna do all AN lines from the back to the front, and that's probably gonna change my flow, which will probably change the tune. So I'm sure I'll have to go back and have Javi kind of set that up. But the problem that I'm having now is we're maxed out on this 100% cycle duty, and that kind of scares me a little bit because I have no room for air. So my whole thing was, at least let me get the pump and the injectors, retune it, get my cycle duty down so where I'm not overdoing it, you know, if I'm gonna run it, and then later on finish everything else how I want, and then if I have to tweak it a little bit, we'll tweak the tune with him, and that'll be that. But at least for now, doing this will be a lot safer than what I'm doing now. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start up in the front here, replace the injectors and the rail, and get all this old one off, and then we'll get the new stuff in, and then we'll move on to the back and get the fuel pump in.
All right, so everything's in right now. We're gonna do a preliminary check, make sure there's no leak at the rails, hose, and also the injector.
I was so close to the fuel rails and nothing was leaking. Just quarter.
Okay, so the fuel system up in the front, leak-free, and now we are moving on to the back fuel pump. Now he's removing the fuel pump cover. Hey, TJ, you got a pretty nice setup back here with all the dynamite stuff, huh?
Oh yeah, that's why it's nice and quiet in here. Not too crazy on rattles. This stuff is everywhere. On the roof, on the doors, it's all over.
The people used to put that on when you have a big boombox on the back.
Yeah, when you have system.
Hey, gotta be pretty nice, making 650 horsepower full interior and no rattles, huh? And
right.
AC,
Yeah.
and AC, that's something you can brag about.
All right, so we got the old pump out here. This is the Walbro 450 that we have, and here's the 525. So you can see here, this pump originally, you know, when I got the car, was already in the car, and they used the installation kit from Walbro, which comes with this filter sock. But the problem with that is when this is sitting in the tank, it sits in the hanger like this, and the filter is facing up. Well, the gas is on the bottom. So the problem is that once you get below like half a tank, quarter of a tank, your fuel gets below this sock, and you're essentially sucking air, you know, mixed in with the tank. You know, it could cavitate. You know, you could lose pressure in the system. So I was always keeping this at about 3/4 of a tank full, you know, 3 to 3/4 to a full tank at the most of the time, because I knew this was in there. And I probably should have changed it out a while ago, but now that we're changing this, I'm going with the OEM stock sock here, which when it sits in the tank, you know, it's going to sit in and flat on the inside the tank there, and this will suck up oil, fuel constantly, no matter if I'm low, below half, below a quarter, all the way down. It'll consistently be in the fluid, a lot more than this one was. So that will give us a constant, you know, flow of fuel. Won't suck up air. It won't, you know, catch any kind of air pockets or do anything like that.
Now, as far as the installation goes, obviously you got to reinstall the hose and all the good stuff. I do see you cut away the wiring here and the factory one.
This was soldered, so I'm just gonna end up resoldering it and putting some heat shrink tubing and just doing it like that and make sure it has a solid connection. Fresh one here. Boom. Like a Rockweiler them.
Ready?
Yeah. Okay.
One more time.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a fill system all done. TJ just upload a bass tune from Javi, and how we doing so far, Terry?
We're all right. It's still a little rich, so I'm gonna hit up Javi, see if he can go back in it. Maybe we need to line it up a little bit. I gotta get a new. My sensor went out on the way here this morning, so I'm gonna get a new O2 sensor on Monday. I'll put that in. I'll see how rich it is, and then maybe we can adjust from there, just so I can drive it down to the dyno, and then you can smooth everything out down on the dyno.
Yeah, once we get a base tune, we can get it down there, and from there we can do all the necessary adjustment on the dyno.
Yeah.
So there you go, 650, here we come, huh?
That's right.
All right, Jay, so we got the car on the dyno, 650, that's what we're looking at right now.
Well, we hoping, but we still got stock fuel lines, so I'm gonna find out how this goes out. Let's see how it goes down.
All right, we just gotta strap the car down. We should be good to go in just a few minutes.
Yeah, let's find out.
Yeah.
So, the horsepower guys here that know how to tune these cars, they said that he had to change the gap on his spark plugs because so much boost was coming in that it's blowing the spark out. So TJ had to make the gap smaller on his spark plug. So we just did that, and now they're going to turn the power up some more and see what it can do. Big horsepower problems.
All right, guys, so we're back
TJ,
in the
come here, talk
dyno
with
with
me.
Harvey Tune, and
Talk with me.
the last dyno we got just under 650 horsepower.
He's gonna come
and
over
what
here,
we're doing
so
today,
talking to my.
TJ went ahead and removed the downpipe,
pass out?
and I want to see if we can get over 650 horsepower. So 650, huh?
Maybe it made. What did it make before?
633.
633.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's gonna make 624 now.
Oh yeah, we might go down. We might go down.
It's gonna go
Yeah,
up.
we might lose something.
So once that worked out with the downpipe being able to get over 650, is anything else you're gonna do?
No, that's it. I just want to try to get a little bit more out of it and be less restrictive. And then if this works, then I can put an electronic cutout and then
Ooh, a little turn down.
yeah, an electronic cutout. So you know, whenever I want to get a little down and dirty with it, then you know I can open it up. And then if not, I'll just run it closed exhaust and run it
Closed
nice and-
exhaust, AC on.
Yeah, nice
Open
and
exhaust,
clean.
AC off.
That's right. That's how
yeah,
it goes.
race mode, full
off,
kill.
and maybe I will run the electronic cutout to the off switch on the AC.
Ooh, I
when
like
I turn
that.
it off, it automatically
Oh,
opens
party
up.
time,
It
huh?
knows what's. It knows
Oh
what's
yeah,
ready.
full send. We'll call it full send. We'll put a button that says full send.
Turn it on and it closes.
Yeah. I think. Let's see what it does though. They're strapping it up on the dyno now. Hobby tuned over there, getting it done. Let's make it happen.
All right, here we go, guys.
little-
honestly.
We do a little slight little pull. We'll do a second gear 40.
My heart's racing.
Yeah, you feel right.
On your mark. Well, all right, guys, there you have it. The last few episodes certainly been a very, very interesting one, from doing boost by gear to a complete brand new engine, Remy Sharp block, boost lap turbo, and a tons of brand new parts. And now this car is almost hitting 650 horsepower. The unfortunate thing is we're in the peak of summer in South Florida, and if the temperature dropped another 20 degrees, we would have no problem getting that number. What do you say, TJ?
For sure. I mean, we're close already, so a little weather will push us to the edge.
The last few test drive pull that he just did, I'm not even kidding you. My heart's racing. I can't get my word in right. But this car, it is super, super fast, 100% functional, and also got air conditioning. Now, that's something very hard to get in any car that got over 600 horsepower.
Yeah, because then a lot of people want to go with a bigger turbo, and as long as you keep it at a nice medium-sized turbo, AC all day.
Guy, like what you see, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and also turn that notification. And this wrapped up for this build so far. We don't know where this is going to take us, but until next time, make sure you follow our channel. We'll see you later.